Let's relax ourselves using our breathing. Breathe in a little deeper than before. Feel how your shoulders rise and fall gently, minute movements as the breath moves in and out again. Feel the breath traveling inside, pausing for a moment and then returning out again. Imagine the air moving through you and out is like a great, quiet wave moving through the ocean, swaying you gently in an invisible current. Breathe into the four extremities of your body. Inhale and go all the way down your left arm to the fingers and the thumb, circling under the palm and drifting up once more out of your mouth. Breathe down your left leg to the sole and the heel, and allow the breath to return again upwards and out. Now inhale and travel down to your right foot. And then come back up again. Inhale and travel down your right arm, down to the fingers, thumb, the palm, and drift upwards once again. Scan for anywhere in your body as you breathe in and out where you might be feeling tired, in discomfort, and breathe to those areas a warm, golden relaxation. Breathe in openness, calm, quiet, and breathe out any tension you find in your body. Travel now up to the head. Go upwards. Notice where between your eyes is the point of view that thinks, that tiny, busy speck. So small, it can be picked up on your breaths in and out. It becomes loose and begins to travel. Feel it circling, finding its way out. Feel that you are walking, not in any hurry. noticing how your weight transfers easily from one foot onto the next. You're walking with your arms swaying, your whole body moving gracefully as you walk along a tarmac pathway on a warm summer's day. You're dressed lightly. You can feel the sunlight on your arms and your face. You walk through a park that's modestly busy with people. They move at the edge of your vision. A snippet of conversation, some laughter, and then they're gone. It's wonderful to be out in the summertime today, exploring this place, brightly lit and colourful. Feel the path under your feet, hard, heated by the sun. Sense the trees, the greenery passing by you, the flowers. Notice the insects in the air. Smell the cut grass. This parkland that you're in seems large. You sense it stretches away for some distance in any direction you choose to take. There are many tarmac pathways leading away to left and right, and ahead of you is a notice board standing on a plinth. You go and stand before it and find it holds a map, a brightly coloured map that displays what's in this park. A walled garden, a wide lake, a maze, and an adventure playground amongst many other things. Standing here with the sun heating you from overhead, what grabs your attention most from the notice board are the scrolling letters that arch along its top. They give the name of this park, and this parkland is named after you. It's strange to find your name there, with park added after your last name, for all to see. Who would presume to make a park out of your own life experience? After all, the only expert on your life can be you. But despite this, it feels safe and secure here. There are people walking by or relaxing in the distance in the warmth. It's reassuring to be amongst humans today, because everybody's having a good time in this park that happens to be named after you. Rising above this notice board, there's a signpost. It has many arms pointing the different directions to where those named areas are on the map. It seems to you that the walled garden is nearest, and your feet begin to lead you in that direction. It's easy to find the walled garden. Its walls are of old red brick, weathered in places so the mortar sticks out in ridges. Ivy, with stems as thick as your wrist, grips the bricks, its roots embedded in walls so high you can't see over them. You haven't yet found a way through the walls. You're following them round, fingertips tracing the warm old bricks. And finally, we find the entrance, an archway in this brick wall, wooden gates there left wide open so you can step inside. You find in here a vegetable garden is maintained. Different plantings going off in all directions to meet the walls. A complex range of living plants. Your feet lead you along gravel pathways between the beds. You can sense the care that's gone into this place. The rows of vegetables and herbs are regimental, thick and well kept. They're almost ready for harvesting. Their leaves are shiny, well watered. In the dark soil between them, glimpses of orange and white mature bodies show the vegetables planted just the right distance apart. Fruit trees grow up trellises on the brick walls. Apples, vivid red and green, golden pears. If you follow the gravel pathways, the beds are planted now with rows of berry bushes, fruitful and colourful. Try some. Surprise yourself with how warm they are as the sweetness floods your mouth. You're aware of how many provisions have been placed in this garden, how organised and competent the planting has been. Since this park commemorates your own life, take on the puzzle it presents. What do the things in here growing represent in your life? What symbolism can you find in the rows of different vegetables, the fruit? What grows easily? What requires care? What's plentiful in this garden and what is rarer? In this walled garden you can explore contentment. While your feet are in control, taking you from one set of beds to the next, discover what in this garden is a symbol of the contentment you want to have in your own future. Your feet have a life of their own and take you now from the garden, out of its feelings of safety, through the wooden gates under the arch, to stand on the pathway. There's a wide lake reflecting the cloudless sky. A wooden jetty leads a short way out into the water. To it is tied a rowing boat with a single seat inside. Go and step over into the boat, and while it rocks, sit down so it stabilizes. And in front of you the lake is as smooth as glass. You hear a small splash as the rope connecting the boat to the jetty falls free. Lean forwards and grip the oars and pull them towards you. Use all your strength. Feel the oars resist and then pull against the water. And with smooth movement, the boat glides headlong. Air beginning to move over your face, cool and pleasant. We scoot forwards over the calm water, disturbing its surface. The lake opens up around you. Bordering its mirror expanse are distant trees and banks. Experiment by pulling one oar but not the other, to curve your boat, to turn this way and that, the sun circling overhead. Hear the creak of the oars, the lapping water. You may hear birdsong from those distant trees and voices too, carrying surprisingly far. Out here on this wide, tranquil lake, there are colonies of lotus flowers. Further away are small islands. Some hold a few trees, some ruined walls, one contains a pagoda. At the lake's other end, a single fountain sends a jet high into the sky, droplets creating rainbow colors. This lake embodies the potential for joy in your life. Again, it presents to you a puzzle. You are to work out what all these things in the lake symbolize. Explore what the lotus flowers are. What does their pink-white symmetry, their otherworldly shimmer, say about you and joy? And if you go near those islands, notice the ruins there. In relation to joy, what buildings should be there that have fallen into disarray? And what does the tall fountain mean, pushing so high into the sky? What have you learned about joy in your life? And in what form do you want more joy in your future? You feel a gentle nudge as your boat comes to rest against one of the banks surrounding the lake. From the boat, you can stand up and step out onto land again, onto grass. Before you, a tall beech hedge rises left to right, and from behind it, you can hear laughter and shouts, feet walking and running. You follow this tall circular hedge around and find set into it a pair of iron gates. The gates are closed, painted black, and in gold letters it's announced that this is the maze. Dare you enter? As you stand looking at the gates, some people walk past you. pulling the gates wide so they can step inside. They go in and disappear, chattering in excitement, before the gates swing closed again. You step through as well, into the maze. Tall hedges go forwards and away from you to the sides. Several paths offer junctions at once. Down these pathways, there are flashes of colour and movement, showing when somebody darts across, exploring more distant areas of this big puzzle. The maze is larger than you expected. You aren't sure where to go, so you choose a path at random, follow it a few steps round a curve, and when you turn back, you notice the entrance is already gone from view. You're immersed in the maze. Having no choice but to solve it, you continue walking onwards, exploring, turning the corners, trying to rediscover your compass orientation. As you explore, how you feel about this maze will depend upon how you feel about challenges in your life. That's what the maze is here to reflect to you. There is novelty in not knowing where we are, of being lost. Here, being lost is in a setting that's meant to be pleasurable, meant to be fun, but it can bring up a variety of responses. It may not be all that enjoyable at times. So spend a few minutes exploring this maze, observing your responses as you turn the corners, choose at junctions, and even meet dead ends, so you have to retrace your steps. Contrast the layout of the maze with your own life, your recent choices and stop points. In life, have you been challenging yourself lately, or simply coasting along? How do you respond to choices, to choosing a junction in your life? From all of the elements in this maze, the turns, the junctions, the dead ends, perhaps the center too if you find it, what is the most surprising and important thing that the maze reflects back to you about yourself? You turn another hedge corner and find you're facing open space. Here is the tarmac pathway. You step out onto it. The maze is left behind and we're in full sunshine. You're standing on a small hill, and below you is the playground. Your feet take you down to the entrance, and you notice that while the rest of the park has had people in it, this part is deserted. There is sand underfoot to give you a soft grounding, and from it rises brightly painted swings and slides, chutes and roundabouts, climbing frames, castles made of wood with ladders and poles. Though designed for children, they are big enough for adults. Perhaps you're already trying out the swings, kicking back to glide into the air. Or you've climbed to the top of a slide to shoot down over polished metal to the ground. You can play here on anything you'd like. This playground represents excitement in your life. As you try things out, open up to your child feelings, to your responses as a child. When did you last let these feelings and responses out, or even register their existence? What about the fun, the excitement in your life in the present? If each thing here to play upon symbolizes a person or a project or an experience in your life, which excites you the most? Which do you want to go on again and again? As you explore further, you'll meet more elaborate rides, merry-go-rounds, a small wooden roller coaster with a car waiting to ride, zip wires leading down inclines. In the next few minutes, try out whatever you meet, whatever draws you in this completely private place. Out of all the things here to play upon, which is the most fulfilling and what does it represent? Now your feet are leading you out to the sandy playground, taking us back up to stand on the tarmac path once more. You wonder how large this park is, this parkland named after you. It seems to stretch on in all directions. We've reached another notice board and a signpost pointing with its arms to different areas we've visited. The walled garden, the lake, the maze, and the playground. At the base of this signpost, there's a dispenser holding some maps made of paper, free to take, glossy and colourful. Pull out one of the maps. It's yours to keep. Unfold it and hold it flat before you. The map shares with you that this park has no real end. The edges seem to drift away, never able to be focused upon. And given that this is parkland, embodying your life, the map can only show where you are right now and what is close by in time, the near past and the near future. So where it says you are here, that dot is where you stand this second. And you can see that close by there is the walled garden, where you found inside those old brick walls things carefully growing, nurtured and ordered. On the map you can see the lake as well, that lake you glided across in the boat, exploring the islands, thinking about joy. Here also is the maze on the map, where you were twisting and turning, finding a way, learning about challenges and how you handle them. And on the map here is the playground, all those rides you tried recently, what you learned about excitement and how you respond to it. The emotions in the park are here to direct your life now. From this point, wherever you turn, what you've learned here can guide you. Contentment for the hard work you've done so far. Understanding of what gives you joy. Awareness of where you need to be stretched and challenged. And the ability to seek out and reward yourself with excitement. Let's now fold back these realizations into the map, aligning the paper neatly along its creases, sealing in those qualities that we have discovered. And now it's time to leave the parkland. From here you may want to turn a full circle, saying goodbye. A breeze finds you refreshing and cool, and it circles around you to lift you upwards, easily carrying you because you are almost weightless. And the park drops away. Sense where you have left your body waiting, sitting or lying down, and let's go towards it carried by the breeze. Position your imagined body just above the physical, so that we can breathe ourselves back in. Let's breathe in a little more deeply, and go down with that breath all the way to your feet, your toes, your heels. And once there, leave your essence there. Leave some of your awareness down there so it feels claimed and yours. Breathe in again and go all the way down to your ankles, your calves and your knees, leaving yourself there once more. With the next breath in, you travel down through your body to the thighs and the hips, so that they feel yours again. Breathe in and fill where the spine fans out to create the ribs, to enclose the chest, the torso, and feel that all of that is yours as well. Then breathe in, and from the shoulders, go down each arm to the hands, to the fingertips, and leave yourself there. Breathe in once more, going down to fill the forearms, the elbows, and the upper arms. And now breathe in, going up the neck, into the skull, filling your head area. Breathe in and bring that little point of you that thinks to sit it again where it normally lives, between the eyes. Try wiggling your fingers and your toes. Feel that your body is back and yours. And when you are sure that you are fully back, let's open up our eyes.